You know what I did when I woke up this morning? Charged my microphone. I can't be going through that ever again. Ever again. Ever again. And you know what? For the stress, I've got a cup of tea, because I'm really, really stressed about this situation. Jokes. Stress is not even in my vocab. I'm playing with you guys. That did annoy me, the fact that out of nowhere my battery on my not even my camera, on my microphone just stopped, out of power. But all of this is a journey, and you guys want the journey with me. That's why I posted the last video, because I want you guys to see that this is real life. This is real life, and this is what happens when you are an amateur like me on the YouTube. But welcome back to part two. I didn't even know I was going to do a part two until I was editing the last video. Now, if you're joining me for the first time and this is your first time on this video, you need to watch part one, where I was starting to talk about how to have redirection in life. And unfortunately, the video cut when it was just getting good. The microphone cut just when, I saw some of the comments saying, "Oh, you're just getting into it." And that's the moment the microphone stopped. So I've just checked the battery now. Not even the battery, I've still got green light, which means we're still rolling. So here is part two of how to get redirection. Hi guys, my name is Stacy. Welcome to my channel. So, like I said, if you haven't already, go watch the previous video so you know exactly what I'm talking about. I run through the first two steps that you need to do in order to kind of redirect your life. Like I was saying in the previous video, there's a reason you're trying to redirect your life. Maybe you're not content or satisfied with the life that you're having right now, but there's things you could put in place to change your trajectory. That does not have to be your life forever. You have every day is a new opportunity. Every day is a chance to change. So I did step one in the last video. I did step two in the last video. I'm not going to go through those steps again. Watch the last video and catch up. Now we're moving on to step three. So you've looked at your old you, you looked at your old you, and you looked at future you. And after looking at these two things, you'll see there's a grave difference. You'll see there's a grave difference in the different areas that you've looked at. You'll probably see there's some areas in your life where you feel like you have not yet achieved your desired dream, whatever that may be. If it's in the matter of career, maybe you're not at the level that you want to be in career. If it's family, maybe you're not in the area of family where you want to be. Maybe it's personal growth. Maybe you feel like you need to learn a few more things. You need to change your mindset from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. Maybe it's a matter of relationships. Maybe that's the area of weakness for you. So upon reflection, you'll see that there's differences in these different areas. Rome was not built in a day. Rome was not built in a day. You need to attack one thing at a time. You can't change your life by tomorrow. If you think this is a quick fix, I don't believe in quick fixes. They do not last. This is the wrong video, and you can exit right now. Thank you for your time. Have a great day. This is not a quick fix. This is not a quick fix to your life. You need to put a few things in place in order to see that desired life that you want to see. So now you've looked at current you and you looked at future you. Let's look at one section so I can break it down a little bit. Let's look at the section of maybe, what do I pick? What do I pick? Okay, maybe personal growth. Maybe you feel like you need to grow as a person. You're now in your mid-20s and you're thinking, oh, maybe it's time for me to grow up. Maybe you're 40 and you're thinking it's time for me to grow up. There's no real age when people actually now collectively say, it's time to grow up. It's individual, but I'm hoping it's earlier than later, because I've seen some very questionable 40-year-olds, very questionable 40-year-olds are not being serious. But The day you decide to be serious and you say, okay, personal growth wise, I'm here. I finna be here. And what does that look like? What does the future you look like? You have to be so specific. Maybe personal growth is on a point of maybe you want your fitness game to be up. Maybe you can't even do one press up, but you're trying to be able to do 100 press ups. Maybe it's in the matter of your brain. You feel like you're not that intelligent, but you want to become more intelligent. Whatever that is, be specific about the future you. Now, look at future you and ask yourself, what do I need to do to get there? This is the important part because this is when you dive deep into your goal setting. This is when you dive deep into the actions that you're going to take to make sure that you get to that goal of being this ideal person in this area. So, look at the things that you can do to get there. Or better if, let's say you already know someone who's there in that area, they've already achieved your desire, they're already there. Look at them and see what they did to get there. Now, it's not going to be exactly the same, like you're not going to have to do exactly the same things that they did to get into that position. However, success leaves clues, which means that the steps and patterns that they took, God willing, they're all correct and they're walking in a straight line. If people are doing fraudulent things, they don't now start joining them and thinking, if I bang F left, right, center, I'll get to where I want to be. No, 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 no. Wisdom, wisdom. Use wisdom. Look at the person who's got there and see what they have done to get there. Success really leaves clues. So you need to now figure out, and I don't know how long it's going to take you. You need to figure out how long it's going to take you to get from A to B. You need to figure out how long it's going to take you to get there, or not even how long, what it's going to take for you to get there. And this is where you need to make your mind. Because at this point, this might appear too challenging. So you might say, oh, actually, this is looking long. I don't have time for that. Once you have made your mind up about that, that's it. Don't expect your life to change ever. Just go back to bed because you're sleeping on yourself. You have to be honest with yourself and know that this is going to require work, it's going to require dedication, it's going to require consistency. You're not going to get there overnight, but if you have the mindset that you will get there, you will get there. Look at what they've done to get there. Or if you don't have anyone as an example, think about what it takes for you to get into that space, get into that kind of zone where you are now at your best self. Is your best self a question that you have to ask yourself as well? Is your best self aligning with your values? Because you might see that you might get to your best self and you still might not be satisfied. Why? Because it's not aligning with your values. If your values is very community orientated and driven, that you like to be around people, you like to be very social, but future self is looking like you're very isolated, you're alone, maybe you're at the top of the ladder and no one is around you. People say, oh, it's lonely at the top. I'm at the top of my ones. I made it, blah, blah, blah. You'll never be happy and satisfied. And you actually start to think to yourself, why did I even get myself here? I'm not happy with where I am. Make sure these goals that you have set for yourself align with your values. So you're actually going to have to look at what your values are before you even start to set your goals as well. So that's my mistake. Look at your values. Do they align with the goals that you're trying to set for yourself or future self? Do some of your values, are they implemented in some of the things that you're looking at for your future self? Are they implemented somehow? And if not, how can I implement this? How can I implement this value into this specific goal so that I am satisfied once I achieve this goal? I said satisfied so weird, like some American or shout out to the Americans. Um, yeah, look at your values and look at whether the goals that you're trying to achieve align with your values. You need true alignment. You need true alignment. And you only get that when you go back to your Mecca, who will tell you who you are. Who will tell you who you are, and you can start to walk in alignment with who God's called you to be. Okay, let's go back to the personal growth example that we're saying. Let's say, I'm scrapping that now actually. Let's say you want to become more healthy or more fit. Ask yourself why. Why do you want to be healthy and fit? Oh, because you want to live long, you want to see your grandchildren, whatever the reason may be that you want to be fit, yeah? Your goal is to now do 100 sit-ups. Did I say sit-ups or press-ups? Your goal is to do 100 sit-ups. Yeah? Currently, you can only do one. How can I get to the point where I can do 100 sit-ups in, I don't know, 5 minutes? I don't know if that's a lot or little. It's not my goal. How long is it going to take you, and what English? Hey. Huh. What will it require of you to get to that point? You have to be very honest with yourself. And these goals, you've heard it all the time, these specific goals that you have to do. SMART goals, is it specific? Is it measurable? Is it achievable? Is it realistic? And what is the time frame you're giving yourself to achieve this goal? Yeah? Some people might not put time frames because it might be an ongoing thing that they have to achieve. As long as they've started and they're in the process, that's a good thing, fine, no problem. But if you want to do 100 sit-ups by tomorrow, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't really want to break the news to you. I don't really think that's going to happen by tomorrow. Let's be real. But remember the R, realistic. Is this a realistic goal? And if it's not, let's look to see if we can do something else. So you have to be realistic about the goal that you've set. You set your goal, I want to do 100 sit-ups by, we're in what are we now? May? We're in May now, mid-May. By July. Maybe that's possible. Maybe that's more possible than tomorrow. Yeah? What is it going to take for you to get there? You need to start training, because you need to start training your muscle so that you're able to endure 100 sit-ups, right? What does that mean? That means you have to work out. It means you have to implement working out into your daily routine so that you can build tolerance and you can build that endurance so that you can get to that point where you can do 100 sit-ups, no problem. What does that look like for your diary? What does that look like for your calendar? Because your next excuse might be, I don't have time to work. No, 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 no. You don't want to make time for it. You make time for the things that you care about that are important to you. The fact you've not implemented it into your timetable, into your calendar, into your diary, it's not important enough for you. If it's not important enough for you, why are you focusing on it? So you can see the thought process that you have to go to. If you need to start to implement it into your diary, implement it into your calendar, implement it. Oh, that means every morning I need to do 10 sit-ups, and then at night I need to do another 10. You can find creative ways of putting that in place in your diary to make sure that you achieve it. Now, the next thing is just do it. Just do it. Just be integrous to yourself. You said you're going to do this because you want to do 100 sit-ups. So just go through the process. Go through the process. You have now set yourself a goal. You've set yourself a task, how long it's going to take you to get there, and you're now going to implement it and you're going to be consistent with it. That's it. Literally. That is it. That's all you have to do. You're going to face some challenges because you might want to overcome all these different things. And I'm hoping I may put an example actually. Let's do another example. Let's say current you is, oh, now I have to think hard. Let's say current you wants to be a teacher. Okay, Let's say current you wants to be a teacher. That's your desire. But current you is not a teacher. So current you is actually doesn't even have a job. Doesn't have a job, doesn't have qualifications. And you're not happy because your desire, your ideal life is you being a teacher. So you're quite happy. This is a very simple one, but obviously everyone's got different goals and aspirations that they want to achieve to redirect them back into their purpose. So now you've got this idea of being a teacher. Does being a teacher align with your values, your interests? Are you passionate about this? Because one thing, them kids gonna test you. Them kids are going to test you. And if you really wanted to be a teacher, trials and tribulations are going to happen. And you have to withstand trials and tribulations. You have to withstand them. So you might have decided, yes, I do want to be a teacher. It aligns with my values, it aligns with my morals. I'm very passionate about teaching. I want to change the next generation, all that good stuff. Now, current you doesn't even have a job. I don't even know, maybe current you doesn't even have skills, but you want to be a teacher. That's your desire. What you need to do, yeah, look at what it takes to be a teacher. It sounds simple. I have to give you the most simplest example ever so you can kind of understand. What does it require for me to be a teacher? A lot of people, they have to get trained to be a teacher. You can't just wake up and start teaching. What are you teaching? What? Your dreams. You need to actually get trained. You need to go to through a system, different systems for different countries to be able to teach. Yeah. So let's say in the UK, I think you have to do a special course. I don't know the name of the course. You do the course and then you can qualify and teach. And I think it's called teacher training or something like that. So it means you have to get yourself through that. But remember, you don't even have qualifications, which means you can't just wake up one morning and go to teacher training. You have to start from the bottom up. Maybe it might start with maybe I need to get my, this is in the UK, maybe I need to get my GCSEs, you know? Maybe high time I start paying attention in school because I need to get my GCSEs. So why do you need your GCSEs? Because you need your English and maths. Otherwise, the UK system will keep putting you through school till you pass your English and maths. Very basic, people. If you're doing them right now, pay attention because you'll keep doing them for the rest of your life. So do your English and maths. Okay, I've done my English and maths. Cool. I've taken English GCSEs. Cool. Now I'm going to go to uni to study XYZ. Cool. Now I can apply for teacher training. Now you're in the teacher training system. This, you see what I mean? Like it's not an overnight thing. Remember, your ideal you is to be a teacher. Currently, you're nowhere near being a teacher, but you have put things in place and you are achieving these things slow and often to finally get to the end result where you become a teacher. And now you're happy and you think life is the best thing ever, which it is. And then you're just happy and you just can't believe it because you've achieved your goal. One thing to note, yeah, once you become a teacher, maybe you're a teacher for 5, 10 years, you're, because we're always growing and changing, you might have a new ideal life. And that's the funny thing with life. You might get to a point where you've achieved that certain thing, and then next time you like think, okay, fine, I'm here now. You want more. And there is always more. If you have a growth mindset, there is always more. I want to leave you guys by saying that with these things, when you're trying to redirect your life, redirection means a zoom, it means a complete zoom, a complete change, a complete change. You can't expect a change and you're still doing the same things. It's not going to work. It is not going to work. You need to change by doing different things. You need to start doing different things. So you need to get out of your comfort zone. It means it's going to be challenging for many people. The reason their life is not going anywhere is because you're doing the same things and then wondering why your life's not going anywhere. But you're doing the same things and wondering why life is not going anywhere. Like I just said that a few times, you can see I'm not getting anywhere with that statement. I'm not getting anywhere. You need to do different things. And in the midst of your circle that looks at different areas of your life, that looks at your relationships, your fitness, your career, your health, your socializing, your finances, all the different sectors that you need to look at. You can't attack every single thing all at the same time. Maybe you can attack multiple ones at the same time. Like maybe your goal is you're trying to save, I'm saying an easy one. You want to save 1K. Currently, you even owe people money. You don't have zero, you owe people money. Yeah? So it means first paycheck, you start offloading your debt, you start paying everyone back. So now you don't owe anybody anything, yeah? So now you've paid everyone back, yeah. It means if you get £100, let's say £100 a month, just for this argument's sake, I know I would be calling the police if someone's giving me £100 a month. Let's say you're getting £100 a month and you are wanting to save 1,000. Within that, you need to look at your budget. I've looked at my budget. How much am I spending? You have to know your outgoings. Because the reason you've set this goal to save 1,000 is because you've been struggling or you want to buy something, but you need to be able to track where your money's going. So look at your outgoings, look at your incomings. If your incoming is only that 100 that's lasting you for the whole month, you need to look at your outgoings. Are they things you can remove from your outgoings, like subscriptions and things that you don't even use, that can reduce your outgoings? And then with the reduction of the outgoings, there'll be money that's saved. And from that money, let's say from all your outgoings, usually you have like £3 left, but you've been able to remove some outgoings. Now you have £15 left. Once you've done all your outgoings, you've spent all your stuff, maybe use your 5 to spend and put 10 of it in the savings bank and don't touch it. And do the same the next month and the next month and the next month. And you see over time, your finances will increase. There's so many different categories you guys need to look at. You need to have a deep dive of your life. Look at your life right now. Are you happy? Are you content? Are you satisfied? Or it's not really, it's not doing it for you. It's not doing it for you. You still have time. You still have time to make that change. But that is your choice. I will never force you. I will never force you. Okay? I hope that was insightful. And again, apologies for that error. I know for a fact my mic is still running because I charged it in the morning. I woke up and I said, God, thank you. I woke up, amen, charge my microphone. I can't be going through that ever again. Ever again. This YouTube live's not easy, guys. It's not easy. But party people, got some things to do. So yeah, until next time. Ciao.